Alright everyone, welcome back to the second session for today's class. As you have get some techniques and idea of how you can review the key vocabulary from the blueprint lesson, which is very helpful for your final exam. Now let's look at another lesson. You might ask, what is the lesson and where it's from? Actually, this lesson is the lesson point from our Writing Breakthrough book. But in that book, we have covered a lot of things already. We emphasize on the use of the adjective pronoun, which is the relative clause. So in another grammar book, they call it the adjective clause as well as our Writing Breakthrough book. So in this video, I will try my best to clarify what is an adjective clause, how they use it. And in this video, mostly we focus on the adjective pronoun, or we call it the relative pronoun. So let's start with the exercise 1, which is the warm-up activity. So the sentences are all correct, right? So the word in blue are all pronouns. What noun do they refer to? How does the noun affect the choice of the pronoun? Okay, so let's look at a set of sentence in number 1. So we have letter A, we have the man. Full stop, he was lost in the woods. As you can see here, by using the subject pronoun he in this situation, this sentence have to be divided into two separate sentences. Letter B, we helped the man who was lost in the wood. And the last one, we have the man that was lost in the wood. For sentence letter B and C, they use who and that as a pronoun. So who and that here refer to the adjective pronoun that they use to refer to the man. And if you look closely, the sentence letter B and letter C is only one sentence, right? There is no full stop, but it has the same meaning as sentence letter A. Why? Because the choice of the pronoun. If you choose pronoun properly, you can combine two simple sentences together. So these sentences, they call it a compound sentence, right? So we have the man who was lost in the jungle. Now actually it's a complex sentence, right? It's not a compound sentence, but it's a complex sentence that link with this type of pronoun. The same as number 2, the new computer is fast. It is in my office. You can see subject pronoun is used to refer to the new computer. However, sentence letter B and letter C, they use the adjective pronoun which and that to refer to the same noun. The new computer, which is in my office, is fast. So you can change the order of the sentence in only one single sentence. So here, if you look closely, the adjective clause pronoun, we have who, that, and which. These pronoun can be used as the subject, okay? So if you look at sentence A and B as an example, I thank the women who helped me. So who helped me, which means she helped me. I thank the women and she helped me. So in this case, the word who functions as the subject. So I thank the woman that helped me. Here, who and that can be used as the subject. So if you look at the explanation here in A, I thank the women, it is a man clause. Who helped me is an adjective clause, or we can call it the dependent clause. An adjective clause modifies a noun, which is the women. So the book which is on the table is mine. So the book is mine. It is on the table. So for example C here, the book which is on the table is mine. So the word which, it refers to the book. So it is referred to the subject of the adjective clause because it modifies the word book here. And if you separate these sentences into two different sentences, you can see the book is mine, it is on the table. And this sentence, the word it which has the same meaning as which and that, it functions as the subject. So we can say that which and that, which is the adjective clause pronoun in this case, can also function as the subject. So an important point to remember, you can use who to refer to or modify people, which you can use to modify things. Or for both, you can use the word that. Thing or people, you can use the word that. So here, if you try to avoid the mistake here, is that the book that is on the table is mine, and the other sentence which is incorrect, the book is mine that is on the table. So the best way to avoid this mistake is to put the adjective clause as closely as possible to the noun it modifies, right? So this is the rule of thumb. Remember to put the adjective clause as possibly close to the noun it modified as possible. Because if you put it like this, that may refer to the word mine, it not refer to the word book, right? So just try your best to make sure the adjective clause is close to the noun it modified. So here are some important information that we have covered so far is about independent clause, dependent clause, right? So we can skip it for now. Alright, let's look at the point number 2. The adjective clause pronoun used as the object of a verb. So in previous table, we said that adjective clause pronoun can use as the subject. Now it can also be used as the object of a verb. So how? So if you look at the example, example right here, you can say that the man who or whom I saw was Mr. Joe. So here the word whom refers to the man, and the man is Mr. Jones. So here the man was Mr. Jones, I saw him. So here the adjective clause pronoun whom refer to the object, which means whom. So the man that I saw was Mr. Jones. You can use the word that. Or in this case, you can omit or skip the relative pronoun completely if this relative or adjective pronoun is the object. So in this case, the man I saw was Mr. Jones. You don't need to use any relative pronoun at all. Another example, the movie wasn't very good. We saw it last night. So the movie which we saw last night wasn't very good. The movie that we saw last night wasn't very good, or the movie we saw last night wasn't very good. These three sentences are the same. Okay? So remember, we can use who for the object of the we can use whom for the adjective clause pronoun as the object to refer to people, which to refer to thing, and that to refer to both people and thing. And remember, okay, so remember, try not to use any object pronoun in the clause like this, as you can see here. So another point to remember here, when and how you can remember this clause is the subject and when it is a subject. So my rule of thumb to remember that, you need to pay attention to the location of the adjective clause pronoun or the relative pronoun. Who plus verb, okay? When relative clause who, that, which plus verb, you automatically know it is the subject. Okay, but when who, that, which, and whom plus another subject pronoun, for example, I, we, you, they, he, she, it, they are the object. Okay, be clear with that. Right, let's move to another part. Okay, besides using the word who, that, which, and whom in the relative clause, you can also use whose, alright, and where and when in adjective clause as well. So for further information, you can use this file and read through it to get more idea. So everyone, after this video, I hope you are able to decide when adjective clause pronoun is the subject and when the adjective clause pronoun is the object. So everyone, thank you very much for today.